Hello everyone, welcome to your relationship reading for August 2025. I'm going to be pulling cards and charms for August, and this month I was drawn to pull one card about someone that's been floating on your mind or weighing on your mind, or this will be the person that kind of connects back to the cards here. And then also draw a card about someone who has you on their mind. You know, it might be a passing thought that's been coming through the last few weeks, or you've been spending ample time on their mind. I guess we'll see. Last month, just look at my notes here, there was a heads up about a new kind of better connection coming across your path. So a new healthier relationship coming for you in one of your areas of your life. Doesn't always mean romantic. So we'll see if that surfaces again. So if you like to just receive the messages, you can use the timestamps below. Otherwise, let's get our cards and our charms. We'll see what I start to feel here in the energy as part of the intro. See what kind of topics they make me babble about. That's usually a pretty good indicator of where your story might be this month. I'll see where my thoughts start to wander here with your angels influencing and your soul energies. I just started to watch the new season of Foundation on Apple TV, and literally just started. I actually had to pause the first episode because I got interrupted, but forget the show. They're just repeating foundation to me. So maybe this new connection did start for you in July, or maybe you're starting it here in August. You're establishing this new foundation, right? Rooting yourself with that next sort of VIP, or it could be a very important environment for you, or it could be your relationship with self. Maybe you feel more grounded. Maybe that's why it's saying foundation. So it could be stability, grounded. Okay. Maybe you're joining a foundation. Ooh, maybe you're joining a foundation. Okay, take two cards. That was interesting how they floated out. They are touching these first two cards here. Maybe they're connected in some way. Oh, I'm glad that was off screen because I just absent-mindedly flipped them over and was about to begin to read them. I just blanked for some reason. Okay. Let's get the charms. We don't want to ruin the experience and the fun of seeing the cards and over on camera. I don't know. Okay, they were just going to throw them. I couldn't tell if they wanted me to toggle between the two cards, so we'll see here. I got my index finger here shaking. Okay. Oh, you both wanted to on that card. Anything for this card? Nope. That's fine. Oh, my favorite little bell. I will ring it. Fair warning. Okay. Milestone. Got a milestone transformation moment between these cards here. But a potential standstill. And she on this side as well. Ending, standstill. Okay. And no charm. All right, Sagittarius, already kicking off very interestingly here. Okay, so let me just take the timestamp for our friends that join us at this point, and we'll dive in. Okay, so last month, a new better connection. Is that going to come up again? I'm going to start on the card with no charm. It's intriguing enough to me to start here. And in the intro, for those of you that skipped ahead, I was repeating foundation. I kept getting foundation, which is like stability, setting roots. So, and then we have our first card here with no charm. And I don't know about you, but it looks like a home, right? The frame, the starting of the foundation, right? The skeleton of your structure. So here's your new start, but I feel like you already have at least the blueprint here, if not the initial structure in place, right? So if this is a new professional, your relationship with career, right? Your relationship with your passion, you've started a new start already, following your passion. If this is with a person, you've already started you've already established that kind of the groundwork with them. You and them have a mutual understanding. We're going to be friends. We're going to be, whatever, coworkers, whatever it might be. Okay, so where do they want me to go from here? Maybe we'll kind of go counterclockwise here. So we have this, my playing deck of cards. Wow, I don't think I've ever tipped the camera like that. This is a niche community. This is a tight social group. This is your immediate family. Just to give you examples of how specialized this group of people are. So a specific community here within your world, or you're entering a new kind of specific community, an interest-based community, a skill-based community, and there's ample joy and celebration of you going down this route, following, building these connections, building this relationship, joining that community, participating. This is that new start. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's why I started here, because the bird was pointing towards it, and this is your new start. The beak's already parted. You made finite choices. You've closed, repetitive behaviors, etc. And you have this new start, this new group, this new relationship. This can even just be like coming back to yourself. The deck of cards is something specific to you as well, right? So this could just be your passions, your dreams, and you kind of focusing on one after the other. So let's see here. Yeah, look at you looking at the admiring, right? And good for you. You should be celebrating yourself. But here's that new connection, I think, or that new better connection, that new better start for you. You definitely grabbed a hold of it in July. You definitely made that decision in July. I look at the magic already starting to weave around you, starting to manifest this new world, this new start, these new people, this new community. And you're laying in abundance as well. Look how healthy it is. Look how much wealth is flowing down to you. This is a happy place for you, for sure. You have found somewhere that you just fit in. You smile. You're stress-free. Fantastic energy here. I'm going to do it. When the angels give the bell, and I do ring it because they like bells, I enjoy the sound of this bell. But this is wake up, pay attention. So if I lost your attention, this is the emphasis card. And on the emphasis card, they have direction, and it's follow this path, and they're pointing back at this card. So do not let go of this. So that means, right, if you're in the beginning, there's going to be rocky moments. You might get negative feedback. You might cross paths with a not so great individual in the community, or like I said, you might have a bout of self-doubt, and they're saying, no, hang in there. This is the right path for you. You're following your right passion, So, like I said, the angels are emphasizing. They do not want you to head in a different direction here. Oh my God, I'm ringing a bell and they're hitting a gong. Leave it to the angels to get louder than me. A bell is not loud enough. That's essentially what they're saying here. A bell is not loud enough. We really want you to stay true to this new friendship, this new relationship you have with wealth, your money. Maybe you're saving now all of a sudden. Whatever new start you started, your relationship with self, you followed your intuition, you followed your gut feeling, and you're going after what is yours. Look at the angels hitting a gong. I don't know why I said dong. Hitting a gong. They are really emphasizing that message. They're ringing every bell they can here. Okay, making as much noise as they can here. Noisy angels. This picture very accurately depicts what I hear in my either right or left ear, depending which side they come in on that day. But like the different layers of loud tones I get. And they're trying to gift that to you. So I wish you could hear the ringing in the ears that I get. Okay. So here's the power manifestation. That's probably why they're hitting the gong, because this means here's all of your wishes, right, that are swirling around you here, that you've drawn in through your pyramid, right? You're drawing it in, you're connecting to your soul source. All these beautiful wishes, opportunities, fantastic memories, good times, like everything that's awaiting for you. But you've manifested it. You've put in the work. Yeah, look what you left behind. Look at your shadow self. Look at the new you. You're like a warrior. You're strong. You're brave. You're stepping out of the waters. You're emotionally stable. You're self-assured. So don't go back in that self-doubt. And you found your shore, right? Took you a while. You've been out at sea here for a while. You can tell you're all tattered. You've lost everything. And maybe that's where you're coming from. Maybe you are someone coming from the bottom, but you've made it. You're hitting the shore here. So it won't take long for you to get to the top of the mountain on the island. Maybe it's a day walk, 3-day walk. I don't know. So the butterfly is transformation, and it's touching both cards. So the transformation, this big change in either you as a person or your lifestyle, something within your life, but this is a relationship reading, so big transformation in connections and relationships. And we see a complete ending on one side of the change. So you've turned a new leaf here, right, with the turning of the season. So this is a dead leaf, and then it's gonna go back into earth and come out anew, right, turned over a new leaf. So we'll see what is ended here. I feel what's ended here is you holding yourself back from joining this community, from being true to yourself, right? I'm someone who enjoys dancing around my house, so why don't I just go out and join a dancing class or a group where I can dance with others like me, right? And you just did it. You just made the choice to do it. You're just living you. And look at what you're manifesting out of your heart, right? You're making new connections, healthier connections. You're joining communities that make you happy and healthier, because you walked away from the groups, the people, the environment that wasn't like this. Was completely different than you. You're not this black, right? You left that shadow self. You transformed, you changed. And that was a big milestone for you. And I feel like my sunflower here, which is usually about a delay or a standstill, I feel like what their angels are trying to communicate to you is this epiphany, this aha, where you went, no, I'm going to just hang out with the people that are like me. Why am I trying to get acceptance from others? I'm going to follow my heart passion and follow that career path. Why am I accepting for the direction others sent me in? That was like an aha, big milestone moment for you. It was a long time coming. The angels have been waiting for you to learn that soul lesson. And now that you have, we all know, unlocking a soul lesson brings great fortune. Ooh, justice, karma. Here comes Look at the bucket full. Buckets full, plural, full, and still getting full of good karma, right? The balancing of the scales that has been awaiting for you a long time. No wonder they're so full. No, they're almost overflowing, or they are overflowing, because I don't think they have much more room for, everything that is karmically due to you is now coming in. You removed this block. You put it, you not only did you remove it, you've already walked very confidently past it. Like I said, you're already in the new start. You've already started your foundation. So here comes some karmic rewards for you in all of your relationship spaces. Relationship with wealth, relationship with self, relationship with self-esteem and body image, relationship with food and other people, relationship with your work environment, relationship with your family unit. You, big milestone moment here, Sagittarians. Congratulations. Okay. So, don't forget your bell. Don't forget your gong. Stay true to this path. Don't waver. Don't waver. You got buckets waiting for you. I for sure would want those to shower on down on me, rain on down. Good fortune. Yes, please. I'll take it. Someone on your mind. Who's on your mind? Feels like a parent or someone senior to you. So this would be like senior in title or rank, or years of experience, or if it is within your friend group or your family group, there's a good 50 plus kind of years between you if it's not your parents. So then it would be like grandparent, someone of that kind of age difference here. What's interesting is I feel like they're on your mind because you actually want to do the opposite. I feel like these two individuals down here, even though this loving individual in your life is kind of gifting you opportunities, gifting you, maybe literally gifting you, you're kind of trying to reject it. It's almost like you're like, why me? Or I can't pay you back. This is too much. I only asked you for this, but you're giving me this, right? You're showing me that I can't have that, but you want to give me a little bit more because they're supportive, not necessarily just financially, but in their support, their love. There's like this feeling from you of, the reason why they're on your mind is you're extremely grateful and at the same time fearful to keep accepting. But it's okay to accept because they're not gifting beyond their means. They're not gifting from a bad place. They're not supporting you under false terms. They're being very honest, authentic, loving, and supporting to you. So continue to be grateful, be open and honest with them, but I don't think you need to be fearful of their expectations of you in return. I feel like there's none. There really isn't. Okay. So you're a second sign here to get 2 cards on. You're on the mind of someone else. So let's see whose mind you're on. I don't know if you know any musicians, but I know he's just holding a container here, but for some reason I feel like he's beating a drum and dancing, performing. I don't know if you know, maybe it's just a performer, so an actor, anybody that would be like on stage, or if it's not performing like as a hobby or professionally, this is just someone who's known to like break out in song or dance around you, or they have high energy, like they'd be jumping around you. I don't think they're in your circle anymore because you're in two different environments here. I'm kind of circling the camera right now. They're over here in this environment and doing their thing. And you're over here enjoying your lifestyle. They're not part of it. They don't see it. They're not, like I said, they're not even peeking at social media or anything. Like, they don't know. And I feel like they're wondering why it ended. You know, I feel like it's been put to bed. I keep hearing put to bed. I feel like you put the relationship to bed, and they're just kind of like, why? I still don't quite understand where they went. You know, I don't understand why this ended, and they just kind of like, it looks like she's just kind of drifting off here. So maybe they don't understand why you drifted apart. But there is a lack of understanding here as to why it just kind of finished, why there was a finality to it. You were just gone, right? She was just asleep. She was just gone. So that's kind of who's thinking about you right now. I don't think there's any action. I don't feel like the angels are saying reach out to them. Actually, you're quite happy in your world here, so I don't feel like you should welcome them in. There's a clear reason why you left them. You know, her feet are sort of hurt. Her toes, just her tips of her toes are a little hurt there by the thorn. So, you know, maybe there's a little bit of a hurt, or that's the reason why. And they should know there was a hurt between the two of you, and you've been happy ever since. So continue floating away in your happiness. Just know that this person has kind of popped up on your mind, or sorry, you've popped up on their mind. In that case, when that happens, they're manifesting. So you might see their content all of a sudden be served up to you in your social content. You're like, why the heck am I seeing a picture of so-and-so? Just ignore it. Again, that's their energy trying to pull you in, try to get the answers to the why. I don't feel like you need to give them that. And same like just in the crowd, you know, if you happen to live in the same city as this person, I don't feel like you'll directly cross paths, but they might be like sitting on a patio 3 restaurants away, and you're sitting on your patio. You just kind of see them, but whatever. You know, there's no interaction here. So if anybody got anxious, I basically am just saying that if anybody got anxious, but they're just wondering. But yeah, otherwise, really, really nice read. Really want you to stick true to your path. Of course, I'm a reader that believes in soul paths, and to stay true to your passion, and you will reap the rewards. And it's basically saying that here. But I do feel like everyone drawn to the video, you made a major, major, major milestone turnabout in your relationship with self, your relationship with wealth, your relationships with others, and you chose what you were cutting out, what you were keeping. Stick to that path, because you got buckets of karmic reward coming in, positive reward coming in for the positive choices and the positive energy you've been putting out right now. So I look forward to connecting with you next month and seeing how your relationships have blossomed even more.